What's up? What's up? It's your girl nurse Shawn-Nie. I'm here with a new YouTube video today. So this week's video is actually inspired by a question that was asked on my Instagram, and one of my Insta fam asked me to share my NCLEX story or my experience with the NCLEX and any tips that I have that would be helpful for anyone taking the NCLEX. So if you want to hear what my experience with NCLEX was, keep watching. What's up? What's up? It's your girl nurse Shawn-Nie here with my NCLEX story. So when I got this question, I had to think like, wow, I took NCLEX almost 14 years ago. So I've been a nurse since 2008. I took my NCLEX exam like somewhere around July 30th of 2008. So it's been quite some time since I sat for the national licensure exam that you need to become a registered nurse. Okay. My experience with it was very unnerving. And my dog wants to be, hi Sebastian, say hello. Y'all, we got a new dog for Christmas. He's a big baby. And I knew as soon as I turned this camera on, he was gonna wanna be my friend. Go talk to Daniel. Go see Daniel. Sebastian, go see Daniel. Y'all, let me see if I can, look at him. You don't like being on the camera? Are you like Yaya, camera shy? Y'all, he's a big old baby. He's a big baby. All right, so my NCLEX story. It was very unnerving. It was scary as I don't know what. Like, y'all, when I went to get my results for my NCLEX, I couldn't even look the results up myself. I had to have my girlfriend look on the site to see if I had passed or not. So I'll tell y'all more about that. But how did I prepare for NCLEX? So I prepared by doing question bank. That is what worked for me. So actually, when I graduated from nursing school, my school of nursing was offering Kaplan at that time. So Kaplan was the service that they were suggesting that we use to help get us prepared for NCLEX. However, it was very, very expensive and I could not afford to purchase the services with Kaplan. So I kind of was feeling bad. Like, I don't think I'm going to be successful because I was not successful on, let me backtrack. I completed my undergrad program. At the end of it, we had to take an exit exam. And you had 2 opportunities to pass this exit exam. So they said the exit exam really kind of, I guess, mirrored or kind of gave you a gauge as to whether or not you were going to be successful the first time taking your NCLEX, okay? So when I took my exit exam the first time, I failed it. Yep. Your girl failed her exit exam out of nursing school. And so I was a mess. Like, my nerves were shot. I thought for sure if I did not pass this exit exam, there's no way I'm going to pass NCLEX, okay? So we took that exit exam. I want to say maybe it was like January or February. It was early in the semester, in my last semester of nursing school, that we took this exit exam. I was not successful. I was really good friends and studied with 2 other young ladies that I went to nursing school with. Both of them passed. So I felt like I was on an island by myself. As a matter of fact, I don't think I spoke to them. This is so petty, so immature. But I really don't think I talked to them for like the week after we took this exit exam. And I don't remember all the details, but I remember it being like very dramatic. We will always be together in nursing school. They passed, I didn't. Now, I don't remember the details. It was so long ago, but I do remember my one friend, we always waited for each other after we took exams. And on that particular day, She left. So when I got out of the exit exam, I was already upset, one, because I didn't pass, and two, I came out and I was like, where are they? Or where is she? Like, why am I here by myself? So I just felt unsupported, disappointed in myself. Like, it was a mess. And I remember we had like this intervention near the school, like this Franscisco. Y'all, nursing school was everything. But I was not successful on my exit exam the first time. So we only had 2 opportunities to pass it. And I knew that the second time had to be a game changer because I was tired of being in nursing school. So I was over it. Like, my last semester of nursing school was weird. Like, I kind of just tapped out. I was tired. I was overwhelmed. I think my mom had been diagnosed with breast cancer, so I was dealing with that. I was dealing with some things in my marriage. Like, it was just a lot going on. So my last semester of nursing school was trashy, okay? So it's no wonder that I wasn't successful on that exit exam because I wasn't focused. I'm gonna just be honest. I was not focused. I had so many things going on. The second time, I was like, I have to pass it, because if you didn't pass the exit exam the second time, you had to continue going to nursing school for another semester in September. And I was like, no, I can't do that because I've already accepted a job. I'm walking in graduation in May. It's no way that I'm gonna have to take this again. So I was successful the second time. I said all that to say, when it came to taking NCLEX, I was nervous as I don't know what. Like, I just had this overwhelming feeling that I would not be successful because of my experience with this exit exam. I couldn't afford Kaplan. So that, I felt like that was another strike against me. Like, okay, I failed the exit exam. I can't afford the Kaplan study guide, so I'm not going to pass it. And so my girlfriend, her job paid for her to take the Kaplan course. She let me utilize her question bank and take some of her questions. So that helped me prepare. Test taking skills, you have to understand how to answer test questions. Like, you have to know how to dissect a test question. You have to be able to know what the distractors are. You have to be able to really read into what is the question asking so that you're successful answering the question. Now, again, I took NCLEX almost 1 million years ago. Things have changed as far as like the format of the exam. So I definitely recommend anyone who's watching this and inquiring about how to best prepare for the NCLEX in 2022, I really suggest that you do your research on best practices for 2022, because it's been a minute since I took this exam. But I'm going to continue to share my story with y'all because you asked. So I used my friend's test bank. I studied. Like, I just studied. Like, I had marathon study sessions. Like, studied. Like, I did nothing but answer questions. I really can't say that I went over content, because there is no way, now I don't think this has changed much, there's no way that you're going to be able to compile everything that you have learned in your program of study to be able to prepare for NCLEX. Like, from the day that you started nursing school till the day you finish, you learned an abundance of material. You're not going to remember all that. Like, you are not going to have the gift of total recall to remember everything that you've learned in nursing school. But knowing how to answer NCLEX style questions is what is going to probably be your best resource. You got to know how to answer NCLEX style questions. So I suggest that you take your NCLEX as soon as possible after you have completed your program of study, because the sooner you take it, the fresher all of that information is going to be in your mind. Like, you're still going to be in that studious study kind of mindset immediately once you're completed your program of study. So when I say immediately, I mean there's a process that you have to go through in order to apply. So it's not like you're going to be able to finish nursing school today and tomorrow you can sit for NCLEX. It doesn't work like that. You have to submit an application based on your state specifications. Your school of nursing should be the one to guide you and help you with that. But there's a process, okay? So whatever process it is, you're going to follow that process, but don't wait a couple of months to take this test if you can help it. So at the soonest opportunity that you have to be able to take your NCLEX, go ahead and process your application and take it. Like, don't wait too long, because the more time you wait, the information starts to leave your mindset. So don't wait too long, okay? Apply for it and take it as soon as possible. So from the time that I graduated to the time that I could actually sit, I used that time to study. And I studied every single day. Every day I studied some portion, like I did questions. Maybe I did med surge on Mondays. And then I did endocrine system on Tuesdays. Like, I just studied something every single day leading up until 2 days before my NCLEX. I wasn't able to take the Kaplan course, but I was able to go on to Pearson VUE and purchase their question bank, which Pearson VUE is the company that gives the NCLEX. So I purchased that resource. So I can't really tell you which resource is best or better. I can just tell you my perspective. And I purchased that, and it was something like $60. That was, again, back then. And I just did those questions over and over and over again. Like, it became so repetitive. Like, I got sick of answering questions. But I do believe that is what helped me be successful on the NCLEX. So everybody said, when you take your NCLEX, if you get more than 75 questions, you either passed or you failed. So it leaves you in a space like, what? Like, I mean, it's like craziness in your mind when you hear 75 questions. You can get anywhere up to, I think, 275 questions. Again, things might have changed, but I think you can get up to 275. The word on the curb was, if you get 75 questions, you either passed or you failed. And that means that you were either answering the questions at a great pace, that the computer started to generate questions that may have been a little bit easier for you, so you got the 75, or maybe you were answering the questions such that you weren't doing so well, where you were going one right, one wrong, one right, one wrong. So kind of up, down. And so it's going to continue to ask you questions until you get to 75 and you failed. From me, I got 88 questions. So I remember the day that I took it, I was so nervous. I was like, I don't know if I'm prepared, but I felt like I had a lot of faith, and I had prayed about, Lord, I need to pass this test. And the day before my test, one of the physicians at the practice that I worked for at the time got me a spa day. So the day before I went and sat for my NCLEX, I went and had this amazing spa day. So I was very relaxed the next day when I went to take my NCLEX. And so I recommend that you cut off your study time 1 to 2 days before you take this test. Like, I don't recommend, now this is me talking to you as an educator, I don't recommend that you study the day before you go to sit for NCLEX. Your brain needs time to relax. Your brain needs time to chill out and just relax. So cut off your studying 1 to 2 days before you sit. Now, I know that you're probably like, Nurse Shawn-Nie, no, I want to study up until the minute of. I want to take all my textbooks and study guides on my way to the thing. Don't do it. Don't do it. Give yourself some time to decompress and relax before you take this big exam, okay? I did that relaxing spa day the day before. So really, when I went to take it, I feel like my body and my mind was relaxed. I'm taking the test, and from what I remember, I'm like, okay, this is not too bad. I remember answering a couple of questions like, you picked the wrong one. That was wrong. Why did you pick that response? I did not get a whole bunch of select all that apply, which I'm so grateful for, because I do horrible with select all that apply questions, because I don't ever select all that apply. And I heard that there's a lot of those questions now. I don't know what to tell you all about that. I don't have any tips or tricks for that. Those are hard to answer. So select all that applies. I did not get a whole bunch of. But I'm sitting there, I'm taking the test, and it went past 75. And I was like, oh snap. Why am I on question 76? Because the people said you either passed or failed at 75. Baby, that thing kept going until I got to 88. When I answered question number 88, the screen turned blue. And I was like, what just happened? I was like, no, I need more questions. Like, I'm sitting there like, I need more questions. And when I went to take it, you were in a room with other people, but it's like, you got to be quiet. You can't talk to anybody. Like, it's just like real top secret-ish. So I just get up from the computer like, I think I failed. Like, because who gets 88 questions? 88 is like such a random number. And so I left and I called my girlfriend and I was like, girl, I think I failed it. Oh my God. I was just like in such despair, like, and I had already started working at my first nursing job. I was working as a nurse, right? But we had a certain time frame in order to pass the NCLEX, or we would have to dial back our position to student nurse. And I was like, no, because that came with a pay decrease. And who wants to, like, for real, your pride will not let you go to work like, oh, I'm a nurse, but not really, because I ain't passed this test. And so it was an agonizing 2 days. And I had said, I am not at the time, I don't know if they still allow you to do this, but at the time, like, you could go on to the Board of Nursing website and you could pay to see what your results were. And, or some people said if you went and looked onto the Board of Nursing and you had your R number, your registered nurse number, then you know you passed, obviously, because you have an R number. And so I went onto the site like a day after I took the test. No R number. Still, everything said pending. 2 days later, still pending. I was like, I can't take it no more. So I said, I called my girlfriend. I said, I still don't have results uploaded. I was like, I have to know. I gotta know. So I told her, I'm so nervous though. I'm scared. I don't want to do it. So I gave her my credit card number. I said, you take my credit card, log into the site and just see if I pass. Because if I didn't, like, I'm going to pass out if I didn't pass. Like, I just can't, like, my nerves were shot. Okay. So we hung up the phone. I gave her my number. I was like, call me back. So she did whatever she did, put my information in. She called me back and she was like, you passed. Oh my God. I was like, oh Lord, that was so nerve-wracking. I'm telling you, like, I had just in my mind, the gloom and doom said, sis, you did not pass. Okay. But me and my 88 questions passed the NCLEX on the first try. And I am happy to say I have never had to take that test again. Like, I don't think my nerves could have taken it. Like, the Lord knew that I needed to go ahead and pass the first go around. Like, wow. Like, it was a roller coaster ride for sure. So that's my NCLEX story. Again, things have changed so much since I took NCLEX almost 14 years ago. So definitely check with your School of Nursing, check with on the Pearson VUE or NCLEX website to see exactly how the test is structured now in 2022. Use your School of Nursing should definitely have resources that will help you prepare for at least the format of the test for this year. So I definitely recommend that you check with your School of Nursing when it comes to that. Invest in a study resource, whether that be just a single question bank or if you can afford a course. I definitely recommend that you invest in a study resource. There may even be free resources out here. Because I'm not currently working in academia, I don't know of all the resources that may be out here, but check for free resources, because there very well may be free resources available to you. Your School of Nursing, again, may have information that can help you find some resources to help you prepare for this test. Go into it with a positive mindset. Don't be a Debbie Downer like me. Don't already feel defeated before you take the test. Like, go into it knowing that this entire time that you have been in nursing school, you have prepared for this part of your journey. And believe me, this is just the beginning of your journey to being an amazing nurse. So go into it with a positive mindset. I got this. You got this. You got this. I'm not going to lie. It is like a big deal. It's a huge deal, because it's like the final to your nursing school journey. But go into it with a positive mindset that you have all of the information, you have all of everything that you need to be successful. If you have any advice for anyone taking the NCLEX in 2022, leave that in the comment section. I'm sure that anyone who comes across this video would find it helpful. You guys, thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. If you have any other Ask Nurse Shawn-Nie questions that you have, make sure to leave them below so that I can leave you a response. All right, I will talk to y'all later. Peace out. Oh, like, share, and subscribe.